bid you all good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, guys, and welcome to Trends in the Housing Market. Let me just adjust the screen here. I gotta get an intro song for Trends in the Housing Market. If anybody's up, for calling in tonight, let me know. You could add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980, just to maybe chat a little bit. Tell me what you're up to, how the housing market has been affecting you, what region you're in. If you're in, there's lots of regions now. Prison camp. What do we call it? Colonial prison camp, or what do we call it? There's a name we give it for all the different colonies for the Commonwealth. So we got Sparky in the house. We got, we were calling it labor camp. There was the labor camp. Was it labor camp or prison colony labor camp? 1001 was US, 1002 was Canada, 1003 was the UK, 1004 was Australia, and 1005 prison camp. And all different penal colony. Yeah, penal colony 001, 002, 003, and everybody could properly conform to the penal colony that they are part of, so we know exactly where in the world they're calling from, right? Because I don't know how long Australia is going to be called Australia. So I don't know if you guys know what's been happening, but my channel's been getting butchered. Big time. Big time. You guys have no idea. I think it's the cleansing before the elections. It's like, man, it's the cleansing before the elections, and they're ruining, like, we're talking about housing tonight. Why would they care about what we have to say about housing? Apparently, it's like, apparently we're not right about anything. We don't know what we're talking about, so let us talk about housing. You know? Anyways, I'm going to stop complaining. And let's go over to some channel plug here. We got a big show for you guys tonight, so tune in. Man, I got shout-outs here. Okay, I got shout-outs from Oregon State, from Louisa and Earl watching from Oregon State. Thank you so much, Mike, from Salem, Oregon. Thank you so much, Mike. You do such a great job. We always watch Trends. If we can't see it live, we watch it on replay at work. And a shout out to Kevin Holter from Scandinavia, who says, Trends in the housing market. I can't believe you've been doing it for this long. I hope you've woken up more people than have watched your show. Then we have Andrew Kathnemerkan calling from Slovenia, and his girlfriend watched the show. They said my English is good and they could practice watching my show. Okay, so we got everybody coming in. Oh no, a few days ago my subs were at 12,180 something, and every day I've been losing 100. It stopped though. Thank God it stopped. It stopped. They were hacking me back. Because I remember when I hit 12,000 subs, I was celebrating. I was so happy. And then I got over 12,100. I'm like, okay, I'm safe in the 12,000 zone. And boom, I got my head smashed, man. They kicked my head in real good. Okay. All right, we got here Mike in the Nights, guys. Don't forget to join us. What's going on with Mike in the Night, guys? Saturday nights, if you get a chance, tune in Saturday nights, and if you want to do call-ins, you're welcome to do call-ins. If you want to call into the show this weekend on Mike in the Nights, there's a lot of uncertainties going on, a lot of civil unrest going on, affordability levels in food. People are just going hungry. I don't know why people are calling me. Like, let me call you guys. So, okay, trends in the housing market, guys. Show's been going on for ages. There's so much you could talk about housing. It's a never-ending story. We could talk about housing for hours and months and weeks. It's the most talked about housing discussion that you could talk about. Rants and Lifestyle, check it out. Guys, so housing crisis, let's go over some stories. Neighbor builds a deck facing bedroom window. So there's like 2 feet away from this guy or this woman's bedroom. She could see the balcony, and she could actually reach over to the balcony that was built across from her. Oh yeah, maybe we should do a coronavirus show talking about the mass pandemic. Yeah, we should do mass pandemic. Remind me, guys, mass pandemic. Non-banking mortgages, guys, more and more people are taking non-banking mortgages. Story I covered a few days ago. RCMP shutting down financial crimes units. So what's happening? They are actually shutting down. They're actually no longer going after money launderers or financial people that break finance criminal laws. And so much housing under construction at the same time. Canada, even in Australia, and I think in the UK and the US, there's more housing construction going on right now at the same time than there is anything else. Like, it's ever in its history, and it's disgusting. Morning Coffee with Mike, guys. Check that out once in a while. I'm always, just chilling out there. And yeah, a couple of other video segments there that I got going on. So that's channel news, guys. Don't forget to join the channel right here. And please join the channel if you can. Thank you for my 21 Patreon supporters that are supporting this transmission. Go to the Teespring and buy a t-shirt. Subscribe Star. I still have people donating to that. So that's nice. Subscribe Star. But I don't know, some of the videos don't come up there, but thanks. And you could shoot me up a PayPal. And I've been getting messages here, guys. If you want to message me here on Mike Martins. Just go to Mike Martins and message me. Go here, and my page has 117,000 followers, okay? There's a fake one. I think it's been fully taken down now. I've complained twice already with Facebook that someone created a copycat profile of, like, mine, right? That's pretty sad that somebody would do that. I could understand if they did somebody famous or, but oh well. I like the exclusivity on Subscribestar. Yeah, you could message me directly too on the membership chat here too. Also on Skype too. There's just mass pandemic can't work in modern world. Yeah, it can, because you know why? In a modern world, we're traveling more than we ever have. So watch out. All right, guys, let's go with the show. Trends in the housing market. Let me see if I have more than 4 people watching. Oh, good. I got 16 people watching. All right. Woo! Lord Humongous in the house. I hope he's feeling better. I know he's been under the weather. I hope he's okay. Okay, let's get on with the show. Trends in the housing market. That's what you're tuning into tonight. And Toronto is now less affordable to live than San Francisco or London. So... guys, the whole, wait, let's go back to the channel real quick. There's a comment on the channel I kind of want to bring up on the show tonight. Somebody wants me to apologize to everybody in San Francisco. Okay, so somebody wants me to apologize to people not in San Francisco, in Australia. So let's go to the video. It was this one here. Now banking mortgage disaster. Non-banking. So more and more people are turning towards secondary lenders to borrow money. So, okay, I think Buddy changed his comment because it looks different. Mike, Sydney and Melbourne prices are rising again. So all those videos I did talking about not to buy in Australia, people missed out on the dip. Mid-cycle slowdown. Rest of the country has been going up, by the way, in most areas the entire time. Are you not starting doing videos on now Sydney and Melbourne rising? I have 11 videos on that. And apologize to the people you told not to buy in those areas when that was the exact time frame they could have been buying. Now, here's the problem with stamp duty and the cost of living and the cost of all the costs. Even if they could get in and buy, they're going to be debt slaves. It's just too overpriced. So if it went down a mere 11% from the peak, Yeah, I don't think so. So this guy wants me to basically, so everyone's coming in and saying it's all I guess no one could qualify for a home now. So lots of comments on this one. So there it is, guys. It's on the video here. Non-bank mortgage industry is tripling its business. So if you have a secondary market, or you own a secondary market mortgage lending facility that's actually not regulated by the provincial government, which is really weird, and the federal government, that's really weird. It's not. They're doing 10% interest rate. That is very vigorous. That is so vigorous, you have no idea. We got damn slacker in the comments. Woo! How many people does this guy think Mike influences in Australia? Yeah. Woo! Yeah. 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 Anyone that, I'm just creating discussion. I'm not like you. I'm the type of guy where you guys are in the back room having lunch at work and you're discussing. Did anyone catch that trends in the housing market? Yeah, I saw that guy. Yeah, did you see how he was talking about that housing is now in a melt up and the prices are going up because now it's melting up and they're trying to do everything humanly possible to keep people in the markets? Yeah, I did see that. What do you think? That's what my channel is about. It's not about giving you solid information. It's about making you think. And I really want, and one thing I really want to emphasize is I want people to start learning how to calculate their total debt service ratios, so they're able to know where they are when it comes to understanding financially where they sit, right? Sparky in the house, FV in the house, Brother John in the house, damn slacker in the house, 26 Gunter. We got Skype message from Neil. Hey brother, we need you down here to talk about Houston housing. Lots of people moving in from California, from Houston, and they're destroying it with their liberal ways. That actually sounds like Walking Journey, by the way. And we got Vivenna from Iceland. Mike, you are very popular in Iceland. A lot of people watch you here. Check your analytics and see if Iceland comes up, because lots of people watch your Mike in the Night, especially my husband. Okay, so Iceland. They're watching me in Iceland. I wouldn't want to be there in the winter, though. Summer, I heard, is really beautiful with those northern lights and stuff. All right, guys, let's move on to some articles here and some phone calls. Toronto is now less affordable to live than in San Francisco or London. Guys, I grew up in Toronto. The infrastructure, the highways, it is so bad. Accidents every 12 kilometers. It's so dangerous with the murder rates, and everything's getting way out of control. Nothing was like it was when I was growing up in Toronto. I went back last year to bury my father, and let me tell you guys, I never thought it was going to be what it is. How it's gotten so dense, but sporadic, but not really overpopulated, kind of empty. People going into work and coming out of work. Commuting and coming back. Commuting and coming back. So we got Serenity now in the house. We got Jordan Retro in the house. Overhyped. Toronto's overhyped, yeah. I think the royal family screwed up Canada. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with those people. They're gonna just pay, I don't know how many dollars a year for their security. I don't even, it's like, whatever, man. All the Europeans are leaving anyway, so Canada's, woo! Oh. Solid X are saying going to the CN Tower is sort of a Canadian pilgrimage. That's correct. I go every time I go. I take my kids. Okay, housing affordability, land, and regulation. Hong Kong is number 1. Vancouver's number 2. Sydney's number 3. Melbourne's number 4. Los Angeles number 5. Toronto number 6. San Francisco number 7. London number 8. San Diego, that means Saint Diego, by the way. And then London's suburbs, Brisbane, Seattle, Miami, Nueva York, Riverside, Denver, Boston, Sacramento. Housing affordability and land regulation for 2 million plus population areas. So a lot of these Hong Kongers are moving to Canada. So expect at least 700,000 more coming into Canada this year with our fast track program to bring in more people from China. So Toronto is now less affordable to live than in San Francisco or London. Hong Kong remained the world's least affordable for the 10th year. Guys, we need to actually have like a huge party and have like a which city is the most expensive to live in, a big countdown. We'll even get like Miley Cyrus on it. We'll get like George Bush, and we'll get all kinds of people on this, and we'll have a huge event and give out these big trophies like the size of Lord Stanley's Cup to give out to the most expensive cities, top 10, and talking about how more and more people are pushing shopping carts around and sleeping in alleyways. You know, that because this is what they want. They want more and more unaffordability, and they want to create this divide so they could easily conquer us. So Sparky saying I got 48 people watching. Jordan Retro is laughing. Yeah, they got to give trophies out. Hong Kong. Homes remain world's least affordable for 10th year. And they're acting, you know what they're acting like? Look, guys. Let me be straight up and frank with you. Let me be very frank with you guys. I could understand a house, okay, hear me out, being worth $1.5 million in our lifetime, like now. If our life expectancy, let's say, was 90 to 105 years old, if we all lived to 90 to 105, I could see real estate being a bit more expensive. One, because you could live long enough to pay it off. Two, the integrity of the structure should last the integrity of the mortgage. Three, you live longer, so then you're going to be occupying that space for a lot longer. So that's, and that's why, if you live long and you have a life expectancy of about 105 years, yes, housing should be like $1 million a house. We're dying in our 50s and 60s. If we're lucky, 70s. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we live forever. And the, owning all these properties are going to make us, for some reason, get us into heaven faster or something. Oh, someone's saying someone already disliked this video. Guys, if you guys want to support the transmission right now, go to the bottom of this transmission and click share. Share it to your MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. I don't care. Go below. You'll see it. It says share this live stream. Share it now. For the person that dislike, every time I get a dislike on a video, go ahead and notice that and then share it again on another platform. Yes, Canada took in 200,000 immigrants in Q4 of 2019. It's in the StatsCan website. Okay, here's the difference. There's immigrants coming in from zones of pain, and then there's economic immigrants. I think the 200,000 immigrants are coming in from a zone of pain, where there's problems in their country that the West created and destabilized them. So now they got to have to go live somewhere, like what happened in all these other countries. So I'm thinking personally, in my opinion, that the economic students and stuff, I don't think that counts. Student visas, so foreigners could find a loophole to buy without paying the foreign buyer's tax. There's a lot of students coming in, and I think 200,000 is measly for 1 quarter in Canada. So we got MySpace, someone laughing. Lord Humongous, someone who lives in Japan gave you the thumbs down. Oh, I don't know, man. Twice as many was planned. Says Serenity Now. The only thing Mike missed was MSN Messenger. Oh, yeah. Laugh out loud. In other words, Toronto and Montreal took 200,000 immigrants. Yeah, maybe just Toronto, Montreal. I think this is the two, right? Anthony D, we are letting in more immigrants in than the USA, Mike. I know. We are first and 10th the size of population. We don't have enough cities and infrastructure, guys. That's the problem. They kicked all the Portuguese out. Who the hell's going to build all these streets? The Italians and Portuguese. Italians are going back to Italy. They're getting private advertising on the Italian shows that they do on TV, on the commercials. They're like promoting Italians to move back to Italy. Sell your house in Canada for $2.6 million that you bought for $84,000 and just move back to Italy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Anthony, they said we're letting in 800,000 immigrants per year. Yeah, that's correct now. That's correct. Because you got the economic movement, like immigration moving in with economic money moving in. They are rushing. The fight is near, and we outnumber them. And then I refuse to go back to what's California? I thought it was Mexifornia. Yeah, I got to learn how to read sometime. Mexifornia. All right, let's go. Hong Kong, homes remain world's least affordable in 10 years. Hong Kong has racked up the 10th year with the largest least affordable housing market, highlighted in inequality that helped fuel months of protests. So that protest is still going on in Hong Kong for the last 100 years. And then we got the domain here. Sydney house prices record largest annual gain since 2017 peak. I got 3 words. God bless America. That's all I have to say. I have nothing more to say. And why it's a melt-up. The latest domain house price report released on Thursday showed that the city's median house price regained another $73,000, an increase of 6.8% in the 12 months ending December 2018, reaching a new median of $1.142 million. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Oh, God, $1.9 million for this house. Oh, my God, it looks like a toaster oven. $2 million for that. Oh, we're going shopping. Guys, strap yourselves in, because at the end of the show, we will be shopping. We're going to put this right at the end. We're going to look at these 4-bedroom houses for like 1,800 square feet. We're going to look at these houses and compare them. At the same time, a unit median price reached $735,000. That's 3% or $21,000 increase. That is a huge increase. So there it is. Look at that. Holy smokes. Nah, 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 nah. We are in a melt up. Reno King saying Mike has been right all along. I don't know if I've been right. I think I've been following... I think I've been connecting the right dots, so to speak. I don't know if I'm right. But yeah, I don't know if I'm lying either, because I'm not lying. We got, if the Dems get into power, the USA and bump immigration to 8 million a year, U.S. house prices will increase massively. Just look at Canada. Yeah, that's what they want to do. They need to get in more foreign money, right? The whole West Coast is pretty much bought out by foreign investing. That's why they're being smart in Seattle and all those other cities where they're buying with corporate numbers. So you see the name. Obviously, you don't know what the name is when you see a registered Washington State corporate number. You don't know what the name is when it's WH space then 1156 LTD, where you don't know who it is, right? So we got Pseudo scientist, Mexico will be booming in the future. Less will want to move north. Well, you know what? Mexico is going to be Mexico forever, because it's one of the hardest countries to immigrate to. Mexico is a really complicated country to immigrate to. They even have a border on their southern wall. Southern wall. They have a wall on their southern border, Mexico. I was there. They have, most of it's fenced. I think, where did I go? Where was that country? Belize. I think I went to Belize. I went by taxi where I was in Mexico. I was like an hour drive. I went to the street and I'm like, oh yeah, amigo. I went to a taxi. And I said, ¿Cuánto llevas? ¿Cuánto me cobras para ir a la frontera de Belize? He goes, you want to go to Belize? I'm like, yeah, man, I got a pasaporte. No hay problema. He's like, okay. So we went to, yeah, it is very heavily guarded in the Mexican southern border. And I think their southern border right now, I was watching Univision, is closed. The southern border of Mexico is closed, actually, because there's a new caravan of migrants moving north, and it's closed on the southern Mexican border, not the American side now. So Sydney housing recovery. Here it is, guys. It's a melt up. Blue Mountains. City East. Lower North Shore. North, 2.6 million, up 11.6%. Year over year, 13%. And it's like a house like this. You're not buying the Taj Mahal. You're not buying Wayne Manor. You're not buying a plantation. You're just buying something like this. Hold on. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. This. $2 million. All right, we're gonna investigate this $2 million and see what you could buy in, I don't know, what state you guys want to go to for like 190 grand. You could buy a bigger house. Nah. You know how much money you need to make to buy an average house like this? An average house, $2 million. You know what the VIG? Do you know what the VIG is on $2 million? Nah. Hey, you suck. Toronto remains one of the most severely unaffordable cities in the world. Another day, another gloomy headline for Toronto's housing market. Yeah, demographia. See, Canada doesn't have enough major cities. Yeah, Owen's got the right idea. Let's go to Montana or Ohio. Owen, buddy, you want to call into the show, buddy? I want to hear your voice. It's been a while. Are you on? I know you were on. I think you were going to go on vacation, or you were going to working on a project or something. But if you want to talk for a bit, I'd like to get you on the thing here on the show. It's been a while since I heard your voice. Demographia just released its annual housing affordability survey. Here we go. All these UK cities, man. Holy crap. Severely unaffordable, major housing markets, least affordable. So here it is. Portland's there. Wow, Portland's in there too, eh? Miami's in there. Hong Kong. Look at Vancouver. Hong Kong is first. Vancouver second. Sydney third. Melbourne. San Jose. Los Angeles. And if you look at the pattern, Hong Kong is the open gate to Vancouver. Like when you can fly direct. It's like when you jump in the water in Vancouver, you hit Vancouver Island, then you jump back in the water, you can swim to Hong Kong. That's how I'm trying to say. It's an open way, right? Then you got Sydney and Melbourne, which are open gates to foreign investing. Then San Jose, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Honolulu, San Diego, all West Coast bought out. Woo-hoo-hoo! Steve Stevens in the house. We got Steve Stevens, Lord Humongous. Yep, so there you go. The whole West Coast. Merry Christmas to the West Coast. Vancouver ranked number 2 affordable housing market. So these headlines, this is from 7 hours ago. The other one was from 8 hours ago. Every city's throwing themselves up there as the least affordable city in the world. And it's all Commonwealth countries. I don't see Vietnam in here. I don't see. It's all West Coast. It's all West Coast America, Australia, and whatever's left in Canada that's not on here. Hong Kong number 1, Vancouver number 2. Hong Kong is gonna go down. Hong Kong is in a lot of trouble right now. They're still in protest mode there. Vancouver number 2, Sydney number 3, Melbourne number 4, and Los Angeles number 5. How did this article make you feel? Frustrated. Australian housing prices keep rising, but former RBA boss Ian Patterson Mackenzie can't see a crash coming. Of course you can't see a crash coming, because that's going to destroy your political or banking career. You don't want to be on the hook when you're president and CEO of one of the biggest, and then realize that you're in the hands of a huge economic crisis. Anthony D is saying all countries with open borders and mass immigration are suffering from housing prices to the moon. It's mainly Commonwealth countries, English-speaking countries. You don't see too much like in Thailand, because you can't immigrate to Thailand. Man, you know if you overstay in Thailand, you go to jail too. I found out. I'm gonna do a video of the list of countries you would go to jail in if you overstay. If you go to in Mexico, if you overstay, they put you in jail and then they deport you. If you overstay in Mexico and you become an illegal alien in Mexico, good luck. It's purposely designed to keep unaffordable housing unaffordable housing buyers or unaffordable housing prospectors or housing migrants that can't afford to live in their own cities. In America, they're free to go east. In Los Angeles, you got 10 million people that left California now in the last 10 years? That is the biggest mass exodus ever in the history of America, moving east. Same thing with Oregon and same thing with Washington State. Wagons east. They're lucky because in America, you could still buy a house in and around $160,000 in many places. But in Canada, we have no more cities. Our 4 cities are maxed out. One of these is the Reserve Bank's decision to start raising interest rates in May 2002, having cut them only 5 months previously. So the interest rates, they have 3 rate cuts in a row in Australia. Housing price change during Ian McFarlane's RBA tenor. So basically when he was on, look at this guy's hair is so nice. Man. And you know, it's like, here it is, capital city prices since September 2005. So here it goes. It's broken down by capital city. I remember when Darwin used to be here it is, Darwin. When Darwin peaked up big time in 2012, 2013, it went crazy. And then it kind of died. Then you got Perth. Then you got Melbourne bouncing back. You got Sydney bouncing back. You got capital city average bouncing back. You got Canberra kind of plateauing there. You got Adelaide plateauing. You got Brisbane somewhat of an uptick. And then you got Darwin in the pits. And you got Perth going down. Housing prices in Perth went way too high when they had the mass exodus from Sydney. I already read this story. Australia's House of Cards on my channel. Well, I got some good news for the channel. I'm always putting up this gloom and doom crap. Finland ends homelessness and provides shelter for all in need. There you go. Finland, this was done this article's probably 2-3 months old, and it's been updated twice. So yes, Finland is one of the few countries where I guess they don't want you to be homeless. We got Mike Martin's toupee in the comments there. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, toupee in the house. Enough for a mail order bride. Publicist, you should be able to afford hair implants. I don't want hair implants, guys. I like this. This is amazing. People think I just grew my hair out because they look at it and they're like, on camera it doesn't look amazing, but in person, if you see me and come up to me and look around, it just looks weird because I just have hair all of a sudden. Yeah, your trolls are the best. Yeah, I got the best troll. Mike Martin's toupee is not a troll, guys. Leave him alone, okay? Finland ends homelessness and provides shelter. This is really good, guys. Finland is the only country in Europe where homelessness is in a decline. How everyone is given residence in Finland. The how to housing first concept works. The result is impressive. 4 out of 5 homeless people will be able to keep their flat for a long time with housing first and lead a more stable life. So if people could lead a more stable life, they could actually have they have a better chance at getting a job when they have a stable address. They have a better chance at getting a phone plan so they get called to come in for a job. Yeah, They're doing really well. They're pretty smart when it comes to, pretty smart when it comes, because if you could, because remember, nobody lives forever, okay? In about 80 years, everything around you that you see that's alive is going to be gone in 80 years. So we're only here for a short time, guys. Someone saying Prime Minister Martins. No, I can't be Prime Minister because I don't speak French. You have to be able to speak French in Canada to be Prime Minister. So you could, I think there's like 1 million people that speak French, 1.1 million people that speak French in Canada, and you have to speak it to be Prime Minister. But in America, there's like 86 million people that speak Spanish. 3 times Canada's population, pretty much, that just speak Spanish as a first language. So I could do like maybe ambassador to Mexico or something, because I speak Mexican. I lived in Mexico for 2 years. Heck, I almost got arrested in Mexico. So you know what I'm saying? I speak Mexican, right? So, all right, suburbs where house prices will jump more than 100K in 2020. Yeah. Woo! Melt up! Melt up! Melt it up, baby! Okay, I got some messages from on the ground here. I got some news. Teachers are being told by government officials to tell students that this was a USA... What? USA is losing the trade war. People are being turned away from the hospital. What? Well, I got somebody in mainland China that's messaging me about this sickness that's going on, this big sickness, and I'm gonna have him on the show on Mike in the Night to talk about it. Oh yeah, he's got to go to Macau to call me. He has to go to Portuguese China if he wants to call me. He can't call me from mainland China. They're blocked internet wise. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna figure that out. Mike Martin's toupee said, I lived in Cuba for a month. I was in Cuba for 5 months, and no, I'm not a communist. It's my single years. Lord Humongous said, are those suburbs in Canada? Laugh out loud. No, 100K in 2020. No, these suburbs are not in Canada. Sorry, this is in Australian suburbs. Australia is getting shafted. Like Bronte, Sydney, New South Wales. Bronte, Sydney is going to be up $219,000. Up to 19. What's it going to put it at? 1.7 million? Like, give me a break. For an average house? Steve Stevens asked me, don't VPNs work? I don't know, man, if that works in China. I have no idea, man. I wish I knew this kind of stuff, make me smarter, but... Retired and living in a tent? Housing crisis for the elderly revealed in Southland's man plight. So, after a rough years, Southland retiree John and his cat Puss now live in a caravan, which was a gift from friends who were worried about him living in a tent. So you know what a caravan is? I don't know if you guys watched the movie Snatch with Brad Pitt, where they got this piker and they're going to go buy a caravan, and they end up losing Gorgeous George. I don't know if you guys seen that, but that's a caravan. Why? A basic human right. You telling me, like, let's say this guy worked his entire life. You telling me basic human right, like he just can't have a little place for him to be at peace? Yeah, I'm just reading the comments here, guys. Oh, shout out from New Hampshire. Getting late here, Mike. turning in. We'll catch you on Mike in the Night. That's from Manuel from New Hampshire. I don't know what the hell is going on here. School teacher, primary school teacher. This guy's got a pension. I told you guys about the amount of homelessness in the major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Toronto, Vancouver, Los Angeles, like Auckland, New Zealand, London, England. They have this problem of affordability. It's not that they don't have money to rent. It's that the rent is too expensive for them to rent a 1-bedroom for retirement. Back in the day, you would buy a condo because it's the lower end of the housing market for price. Now you can't even do that on a pension. A lot of homeless I see in Montreal. I see them every day. That's my man, Jordan Retro. Yeah. Let me see who we got here. We got Getty Medij in the house there. I see him that he's on there. Lost Canuck I haven't spoke to in a while. I wonder if he's okay. Probably message him, see if he wants to come on the show. Man. So we're going to have a big Mike in the Night. Apparently, we're going to be talking about this massive outbreak, this disease, or this pandemic that's happening. And people, guys, we live in a time of pandemics. Why? Because we could travel very easily between major cities in a heartbeat. I could be in Shanghai in 15 hours if I have to. Drive to the coast 2 hours, 12, 13-hour flight, I'm in Shanghai. And then they'll probably throw me in jail. But that's okay. Solid Extra says pandemics are overrated. Well, you never know. Ray Dalio says cash is trash. Yeah, I think there was an article for that. I think I covered that article, Ray Dalio. Was that one Ray Dalio? No, that wasn't Ray Dalio I covered. I covered somebody else saying they're buying up huge amounts of gold. Great house price divides Sydney suburbs and real estate red zone. And then there's the huge real estate red zone where people are being more and more and more. Here we go. We got red flags deals. Bench Canada will reportedly close all Canadian locations. So why am I bringing up unemployment of a place closing down all its branches? Well, a lot of employees will be affected, and then hence people can't pay rent, mortgage, or whatever you're paying, or couch surfing, or the room you're paying for. You will no longer be able to pay if you're not working at bench. So unemployment is going up a lot. But the good thing is they do a good job masking it on the mainstream media. They do a good job. Yeah, we're doing good here in Toronto. Yeah, I'm on my 5th loan. I got 3 credit cards. Pile it on, man. Don't worry, I'm a reporter. I got no money. Emma Murdy is saying the housing market / political climate is stressing me out so much, starting to take a toll on my health. You know what? I honestly wish we were more Americanized when it came to moving around to cities. See, Emma, like for Emma, she's been on the show. I think she's even called in several times. We're gonna go shopping later. We're gonna go shopping later. We're gonna do some shopping and make everybody feel good. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going here. Bench closing down more locations. Oh, Mike, this is not going to affect me. I work for the government. I'm doing good. Well, if Bench closes down, they're not going to be paying their corporate tax. They're not going to be sending their reemittance for their payroll, and they're not going to be paying their GST every quarter, and they're not going to be reemitting their PST every month. Oh, okay. So we got something here. Lying to a bank is fraud. Crown lawyers begin arguments in Huawei executive extradition trial. I think it depends on the culture. Because in some cultures, they just lie about they lie about everything. So I think it depends on the culture, to be honest with you guys. what's considered lying, right? Like in Italy, like I'll give you an example. In Italy, there's like a thin line between cheating, like what they consider cheating. There's so much you could do with it considered not being cheating on your spouse or something. So like there's like a thin line, right? So yeah, Anthony D's on the money here tonight. Imagine in 20 years, Mike, half of all shopping malls will be converted into condos. You got that right. Pseudo scientist is right on the money too. World population is in decline. That's the problem. World bankers are having number one to replace or care for elderly. Look in the geopoliticals of Peter Zinnan and George Ferdinand. Corruption. David X Xavier is in the house. Corruption is embedded in the Chinese culture. Sparky is saying, well, no, it's not that it's embedded in their culture. It's that nobody trusts anybody. It's really hard for anyone to trust anybody, right? And I noticed that in some cultures. Some cultures are like that. They just don't trust even their own family. And that's a little scary when you don't have someone you could fall back on, right? All right. Here is the list of stores that Bed Bath & Beyond is closing this year. Oh my God. Can you please at least keep the Beyond sections open, please? At least leave the Beyond sections open. I report, please. I repeat. Oh, Crank Standing is back in the house. The Jesuits control this world. Good luck. Then we got Supreme Canon. True world population is projected to top 10 billion by mid-century, then start declining. All right, we got Supreme Canon in the house. I think Steve Stevens just jumped in, I think. Mike Martin's toupee in the house. All right. Okay, so the comments are moving nice and steady tonight. I got a shout out here from New Hampshire. Portsmouth. Louis Lewis. Great job, Mike. Keep up the great work. Wow, lots of people watching me from the eastern part of the United States. I had somebody from Rhode Island the other day, Providence. All right, so Bed Bath & Beyond, closing locations too. Well, Mike, this doesn't affect me. I work for the government. Well, if the private sector wages get cut down and they're not reemitting payroll admittance and they're not reemitting their GST and their PST and that place stays empty and they're not paying property tax, guess what? Who's going to pay for your government job? We got FD Atlanta in the house. My man from Buckhead, Atlanta in the house. So we got comments moving here. Mike Martin's toupees in the house. So these are all the locations across America and Canada closing their locations. I'm sad. I'm just going to be sad about this, Bad Breath and Beyond. Is it Bad Breath and Beyond? Oh, Bed Bath. Bed Mass. All right, let's move on. Carlton Cards and Papyrus Tiendas are closing in Canada next month, and the sales have begun. Big sales on cards, guys. Get in there, get your cards, get your bundle of joy cards, get your happy birthday cards, buy them for 5 years in advance, and you don't have to worry about anything. Better dwelling. Not a single major Canadian real estate market is a buyer's market. Nah. Nah. Hey. To goodbye. Nah. So if nowhere is a buyer's market, how are people going to get into the markets? Easy. You bring in more people in from China. You got your problem solved. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Ooh, 7:45 already. Holy crap. Time flies when you're watching trends in the housing market. All right, who could we get on the show? Who's available, man? Who's out there, man? Come on. Anybody out there? Anybody bored? Want to come on the show and maybe talk about, what's happening in your neck of the woods when it comes to housing? Let's get Steve Stevens on the phone here. We already got him 2 weeks ago about the fires. Let's see if he's available to talk to us. He's from Melbourne, Australia, by the way, guys. Hey, Stevie.
Hello. Hi there. How are you?
Are you sleeping?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Welcome to. I'm just on trends in the housing market right now, and what the heck is going on? Prices. Are we in a melt-up situation? I think we're in a melt-up situation. Prices are on fire right now in Sydney and Melbourne.
Yes, correct. Basically, what's happening in the inner ring or the CBD and inner suburbs, that's exactly what's happening.
So you're seeing a melt-up. Who's buying these properties?
Predominantly people who are either expats or migrants.
Migrants? You mean like foreign investors?
Yes.
Okay, when you say migrants, to me, I think of someone from like Ethiopia or something.
Not quite that like, but no.
Okay. All right. So because I'm getting so much backlash from people that I need to apologize for people. I need to apologize to people in Australia because I told people not to buy. I think it's just a melt up. Even if they buy at 11% decrease, I think they're catching a falling knife. What do you think?
It's definitely a falling knife because you got to remember with the bushfires recently, a lot of housing stock is now gone, or maybe not so much gone in Melbourne and Sydney, but those people have come to Melbourne, for example, from Malakuta. They need help. They need accommodation. So what do?
Oh, so they're relocating fire victims.
Correct.
So where are they putting them?
Well, that's a good question because the system can't cope.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I completely forgot about evacuees. Australia doesn't have the big infrastructure to house this many people if there is a natural disaster, right?
No, that's right. Like Canada, where you are, Melbourne and Sydney is basically it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yes,
it's like Canada.
Like Toronto and Vancouver, where you are.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I keep telling people, like, Texas has more major cities than Australia and Canada put together.
Yes.
In Texas, you have Nashville, right?
Yes, correct.
No, that's Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sorry. You got yes. Cities like Houston, you got Austin, you got Dallas, you got Fort Worth. You got, you don't like one city, you move to the next. You got Temple, you got Katy, Texas. You got so many cities you can move to that you don't have to deal with your neighbors and stuff. You just move somewhere else. In Canada, we're in a pretty tough. I was lucky. I bought a property 2 hours away from the major city, or I'd probably be from home to home renting.
Yes, correct. And I would imagine, like a lot of Aussies, you would be in a growth zone out that way now.
Mm-hmm. I've been. Prices have gone up where I am.
Yeah, that's right. Because people see people like what you and others do over in Vancouver, and they make a move for, say, Merritt, and the property prices go up because there's more demand.
Right. And prices have been going up in my area, and and a lot of the locals are kind of upset about that.
Yes, because the locals would perceive that you're not one of them, that you are.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it happened when everyone left Sydney to move to Hobart, and then Hobart prices went through the roof.
Yes, you got to remember Hobart's very small. You can't all live in Tasmania from Sydney.
Yeah, no, they can't. No, that's not going to fly. But housing prices now are starting to decline right now. They're on a slow downtick.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's scary. Very scary. So, what do you see happening with the fires? Are they out, or are they coming out, or are they getting under control?
It's been raining overnight here in the state of Victoria today, so a lot of them are very small now, so that's under control. But you got to remember, you still got to clean up after the fact with the big water supplies, food supplies, people who need relocation for accommodation temporarily. This isn't a small thing.
Okay. It's kind of a big deal. I'm thank God I'm not running any of that, man. Holy crap! I'd lose all whatever hair I have left on my head.
Yes.
All right, all right. Do you see more people getting into mortgages? Or I know you're a financial advisor. Do you see more people getting into mortgages they can't afford, or getting into the financial area and they know they can't afford it, and they're getting into it because of FOMO, fear of missing out?
I believe that will happen over the long term, or short term, the long term, so sorry. But over the short term, you're probably going to wait a month because we're still in summer holidays.
Okay. I get it. Yeah, it's summer there. So you got what's going to happen harvest season, and you got 5 weeks till harvest season. What are you guys going to do with all the fires? Are farmers farming again?
Well, that's going to be really interesting. Over Western Victoria State, yes, but over the east, where the fires are, no, there's nothing left.
Oh crap! So here, this is the deal. So then you guys are going to have to import food from like Sri Lanka or something.
Possibly, no one knows yet because we haven't got that far.
Interesting. Okay, Stephen, thanks for coming on the show and giving us an update on what's happening there. I believe Sydney and Melbourne are in a melt-up before the crash. That's what I believe.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know. What do I know? But I hope people make the right decisions. And if they could afford it, they can. But I just hate to see people turning slaves, being housebroke, and being housebroke all their lives.
Well, that's right. I mean, the thing is, Melbourne and Sydney is where it's at in Australia. But you got to remember, 2 or 3 hours either side of Melbourne, there's still country towns that are still viable.
Still viable. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know that there's still something outside of the big cities.
Yes. But if I was just going to add, just to finish off, if you take too long to find them, you'll miss out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because I just read an article that Sydney suburbs are going up.
Yes, correct.
Interesting. Is it Australian proper that's buying that, or is it investors?
Both.
Both. Okay. All right, Stephen Thomas, thank you so much for coming on the show. It means a lot to me.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye. That's our contact in Melbourne, Australia. That financial advisor who is seeing what's happening in the markets. I think it's just a melt up. Rick Patton says China's economy is artificial. Pfft, yeah, right. It's the best thing that ever happened. Woo! Layla in the house. Ricky Patton in the house. What else we got in the house? Supreme Cannon's still here. Everybody's still in the house. Mike Martin's toupee in the house. Good to see everybody here tonight. All right, let's move on. Not a single major Canadian real estate market is a buyer's market. So where do Canadians go to buy a house? So someone's gonna have to tell me what the hell is going on here. Like someone's gonna have to really fill me in on what's going on here, because I don't have a friggin' clue. Let's see if Gary Madero's still awake. Gary Medeiros, pega no telefone, ele quer falar com você.
Hello.
Gary, Touchbone.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Are you sleeping?
No, no.
Okay, Gary, I see you're going to have to tell me what the hell is going on here. I got this article here from Better Dwelling. Not a single major Canadian real estate market is a buyer's market. Where the hell are Canadians going to live? I've been talking about this now. Maybe you could tell me.
I don't know, man. This is getting pretty crazy, and I don't know what the hell's going on anymore, man. I don't even know what to say.
Dude, I don't know if this is, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong or maybe I'm misinterpreting what they're saying here. It's saying every city, even Calgary and other cities, are 100% not a buyer's market right now.
I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't. It seems like prices are going up. I mean, not that much. I don't know. Maybe I think it's the melt up that you're talking about. I think this is just the. I think it's just an illusion until things really hit the fan.
Well, it's melting up because if the Canadian proper cannot buy or secure property in their own country, you got a huge problem when a citizen of a country that works as a friggin' registered nurse and has more education than King Tut had, and understands fundamentals, knows the city, understands the ground, speaks multiple languages, and can't buy in their own country. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But
Well,
this
like
is
I said, I think Canadian property is being swept under the rug, and the government's making room for the foreigners coming in with all their money, right?
well, we had roughly about 798,000 coming in.
Well, that's pretty insane, but it is what it is.
That's 1/10 of Portugal's population in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Well,
So
they're doing something to pump in, be able to Bank of Canada, release their stuff today. They held rates where they are, and they basically said that Canada's economy is deteriorating. And when you start saying stuff like that, people should listen. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens there. But dollar took a bit of a hit today too because of
it
what he
did.
said. So
It did.
so
It did. My
yeah,
gold.
I don't know what the final. I don't know what the final number is today, but I know it took a pretty good hit today.
Yeah, my gold went up because our dollar. I shorted the Canadian dollar too.
Yeah, what people don't realize too is when gold goes up, that's not a good thing. But when it becomes more than money, there's gonna be problems. But yeah, I
Well,
mean, gold going up for me is not a good thing.
well, gold. Yeah, but then there's a chance that the currency will crash, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
Or they're gonna no, but no. Actually, that's actually good for you because if the price of gold keeps skyrocketing, it's hedging against its own inflationary levels. But what's gonna happen is they're just gonna have to raise interest rates.
Yeah. Which they're based on the way they were talking today, they're factoring in at least one cut this year now, maybe sooner than later. So we'll
So they're
see.
gonna
But
lower interest rates.
I think they're gonna at least cut once. The
'Cause
way they talk today, I have a pretty good feeling they're gonna cut once. I don't know when, but they're gonna cut once.
But I know they lowered rates in Australia 3 times, the last 3 times.
Yeah, I think we're the only one in the G20 that hasn't cut rates yet is us. So we're gonna bound to cut at least once. I think once. I don't know. I thought maybe in December, but I'll take responsibility for that. It didn't happen, so
That's fine.
I was wrong. But it's gonna happen. I think we're gonna get at least one. I think to what he said today proves it. It's just a matter of I'm not gonna predict when it's gonna happen, but I think it's coming.
This is the melt up. This has to be the melt
And
up.
that's Yeah. But what people don't realize is that if they cut rates, even in just once, it's gonna cause a panic. It's going to cause, in the main street and everything like that, it's going to cause a panic. And then I think people are going to really realize that the economy is not okay if they're going to cut rates, right? At least even once, even them cutting once was proof enough that the economy is in bad shape.
But
It's already in bad shape now.
But what scares me, Gary, the most is when they do cut rates, people are going to take on more debt because it's cheaper to borrow, and they're just going to fall more deeper into the hole.
I think people owe too much money to take on more debt. I don't know. I don't see that happening in a large amount. And plus, it takes about a year to 18 months to factor in a rate cut in through the economy anyway. So
Right.
it won't be that quick. So you're looking at least a year to 18 months before a rate cut is even felt through the economy. So it won't have an impact, in my opinion, right away.
Okay, now that I have you on the show, I'm going to throw out a prediction out there by Q2 or Q3 of 2020 for the second or third quarter of 2020. Are you ready for this, Gary?
Yeah, go for it.
You heard it here first, okay?
Okay.
100% loan to value if you qualify in Canada. Zero down.
Yeah, you know what? It's a possibility.
You know who did that 4 years ago? London, England.
Who? Oh, yeah.
They won 100% loan to value if you qualify. Give it till Q3, Q4 of 2020. I believe the banks will be offering 100% LTV. They'll say, oh, you qualify, your TDS is in check, everything looks good, you don't have to put no money down, just sign right here. And this way they could sell more properties and keep it going. But once people start falling behind on payments, it's going to be an absolute disaster. This is going to make
That's
the
already
Titanic...
happening now.
Huh?
People are already falling back on payments now.
Well, yeah, we saw insolvencies go up, right?
Oh, yeah, insolvencies are going up, everything. Like, I mean, it's just... it's already hitting the fan now. I mean, it's just we need that one trigger, one trigger to cause the total meltdown. But it just all that's left now is one trigger to just cause it all to collapse, and it will collapse. I mean, I'm not saying houses are going to hit $100,000, not in Canada anyway. But
no, we're not saying that either.
We're going to see a drop, but we're going to see a drop in prices, 100%. I can't predict what kind of drop, but there is going to be a correction.
With how much? Okay, what do you think the median house price should be across in Canadian major cities? Should it be 1.2 million or should it be like 660 or 580?
I think in the 5-6 is pretty good for like a detached, and then a semi is like half of that.
Right. But not $1.3 million. It's like, what the heck? You know how much VIG you have to pay on that?
How can the average person even pay a $1.3 million house? Like, people like, I know I can't afford it. So, how are houses even going that high is the question.
Well, it's a lot of shadow flipping too, Gary. There'll be a lot of people selling back to themselves through corporations. So one guy has 3 corporations, and he sells his house to the other corporation. Then he sells his house to the other corporation, and he sells his house to the third corporation. And every corporation that buys the house goes bankrupt, so it doesn't show, and it goes bankrupt. And then the last one, he deposits the cash in a bank in a Canadian bank account, and then he ended up laundering a couple of $1 million just by buying a house 3 times.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I don't see the average person. The average person for me can't afford a $1.3 million.
Oh, the average
house.
person is finished. I
mean, I don't understand. Like I said, I mean, a lot of these outside lenders from the banks, they're going. Their business has like tripled and stuff, and the bank of mom and dad's there, and parents are co-signing and all that stuff. So that's the only way I see these houses that are in the millions being bought out by the first-time home buyers is by I think parents co-signing or giving them a whole huge chunk of money. So it is what it is. I mean, people are on the brink. People aren't even saving anymore. I mean, people who bought houses now are just paying down the house, and that's pretty much it. They're all house poor.
House broke. Everybody's house broke. Everybody.
But the thing, I still see like restaurants not packed, but they're busy or whatever and all that. I'm noticing that it's not as busy as it used to be. Even retail's hit the fan. I mean, it's not nothing. They already admitted that BOC announced today too that retail is declining, so people aren't spending money.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in interesting times, Mike. We're in very interesting times. How they're trying to keep this afloat. What their end game is beats the hell out of me. So.
Well, here's the deal: if they eliminate cash and go fully digital, they're just going to go into negative interest rates. Australia has its eye right now on negative interest rates. If they go negative, they could keep this going. They could keep this going for 5 years, huh?
No, I'm saying I don't know if Canada will ever go negative. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so.
But it is a possibility. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it is either. I don't think it is. I think I'm 90% sure it won't. But there's always that 10% factor that maybe it might, right? Maybe. But now we're looking at, back to the article, not a single major Canadian real estate market is a buyer's market.
I don't buy that.
Nobody could buy anything.
I don't buy it. There's places you can buy in Canada. I don't believe that every Canadian city or major city is all that.
Major city.
I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't know. I just I think that headline's a little extreme in my opinion. But I don't know. maybe I don't know enough, but I don't know. That article sounds kind of weird to me, or at least the headline anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I got some articles here. Not articles.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you something. Where's the real Kevin Thompson? Where's that guy hiding?
I don't know. I think I heard he said something about Brazil, and I never seen him again.
I don't know, man. He's disappeared, or he's under a different name right now. Who knows? But
Yeah, real Kevin Thompson said something about Brazil, and I've never heard from him ever since. Right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I got a house here. Now, this is an average house, nothing serious. This is just like a extended, a little bit more of an extended bungalow with a little bit of a garage, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2 parking.
250,000, right?
Huh?
250,000.
Oh no! This is in Australia. For
I
a
thought you were
small
talking
house,
about
small house, nothing major. Okay, $2 million
Yeah, they could keep it.
a bungalow. Now here's the deal.
Yeah,
You go down to you go down to Georgia. You could buy a house 3 times the size for $367,000. And the taxes are less, and the pay is sometimes the pay is higher if you're a professional. You know why, Gary? Because you get taxed less.
yeah.
And you could expense the interest on your mortgage towards your cost of living, your capital gains.
Yeah, it's crazy down there, man. What you can get down there, Frank, compared to up here, but it's a joke. It's a joke. I don't know. Like you can get a mansion down there for like 300,000, 350,000. I mean, it's crazy what what you can get down there compared to up here.
Well, a lot of snowbirds sold up in Canada, eh? Not a lot, quite a bit. They sold up in Canada, and they headed south to the States. They headed to South Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. A lot of them just said, screw it. I'm just going to stay there permanently. I can't afford to keep 2 residents anymore, right?
Yeah.
So they just sold the one in Canada and moved to the States. Because a lot of Canadians owned property in Florida. They own property in Florida. They're not renting it. They own their own property in Florida because it's cheap to own property in Florida.
Yeah, it is.
So let me see here. I just want to see here. There's a house here. It looks like it's in West Vancouver. 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,900 square feet, $2.58 million. And the taxes are $6,461 a year. This house here, let's find a house the same size. Oh, here you go. Mini mansion. Look at this mini mansion. This thing's huge. Beautiful entry. Atrium, huge vaulted, huge ceilings, massive open concept, and property taxes, $1,600 a year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, the difference is phenomenal.
Oh, it's beyond. I can't believe what people $2.58 million. $2.58 million. That's I don't think the average human will never see that much money in their entire lifetime, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so. All I know is that things are going to hit the fence soon enough, and when it does, this is going to be the one people are going to talk about forever, man. This correction, crash, whatever you want to call it, this is going to be the one people are going to remember, the one that it's going to be talked about, I think, for all time.
Mm-hmm. Because
I think it's the one. I think the one in the '80s is going to look like a joke compared to this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's
because it's bound.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is bound to happen. Whether people want to admit it, I'm saying it right now. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they can pump this bubble as much as they want, counting on immigration to pump up the economy and the housing market. And think about that for a minute. They're counting on foreign money, immigrants, in order to pump up Canada rather than Canadian proper themselves. So that goes to show you where we are.
Well, back in the day, Gary, we used to use wages to pump up the economy and what wages were at. And that wages would gauge, we look at the unemployment, we look at payroll and see where the payroll's going, look at our GDP, see if we're in a losing, see if we're gaining, if housing might go down because jobs are going down. Here, when housing goes down, they just bring in 10 million more people. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty soon, I'm sure all these people coming in too are people that are watching, or people choosing Canada as an option. I think these people are watching anyway to see where Canada goes because, if things start tanking or whatever, I don't think they're coming here. So they'll find somewhere else to go. So,
wow.
So I'm sure people are watching too. Foreigners are watching, or immigrants are watching on the sidelines, and from where they are, and when watching Canada closely to see if it's worth the trip or not. So
Wow, Gary, I'm looking at a non-luxury condo, like an apartment in Australia. It's not
yeah,
even luxury.
okay,
3.75 million bucks.
yeah, they can keep it. That sounds normal, right?
Yeah, for them it's normal, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Like why? Like some of these places should be going for like 300 grand, not 2.95 million dollars.
Yeah, I don't get how condos are so high or apartment, but it doesn't make sense, man. It does not make sense. And the way rent is right now too, rent's gonna crash soon, pretty soon too, because if rent's just as much as a mortgage, if not more.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense anymore to even rent. Rent is not even an option anymore because you're paying 3, 4 grand just to rent something, depending on what it is. It's a joke.
Mhm. Gary, you know what
Yeah,
I've been looking at lately? I
yeah.
found this house in West Palm Beach,
Mhm.
a one bedroom apartment, and
Okay.
I might buy it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you guys. I show you guys it right here. Let's see if I could find it. I know the area really well already, so
Yeah. Have you talked to Steve the plumber?
I talked to him the other day. I talk to him all the time.
Mm.
Well, this is the house I was looking at. I was honestly looking at buying this house. It's a beautiful house. I wish you could see the screen and look at it. It's a beautiful house. It's gorgeous. It's on like all cobbles. It's on a cobblestone street.
Mm-hmm.
On cobblestone street and cobblestone driveway, like to the house. It's a detached home. The neighbors are a little bit away. You got a massive pool, and they're asking $74,000.
Wow.
It's beautiful. I know the area. I know where it is. I know where I know where these. I know where it is. And I found another place here in Boca Raton, and it's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 2,000 square feet, $99,000. I was looking at buying this one too.
I
Beautiful,
still
huh?
can't price. I can't believe houses are still that low in some parts of the
Oh,
state.
but
That's
it's
crazy.
gorgeous. I know Boca Raton. That this place is maybe 1 or 2 miles away from Wilt Chamberlain's, the old basketball player, Wilt Chamberlain's bar and grill. It's like literally 2 miles away. I know exactly where this place is. It's by 52nd Avenue. I know exactly where this is. And it's 99
Yeah.
grand. I know exactly. I had a friend that lived 2 blocks away from here. His name was Chris. All right, let's keep going here. So, let me see here. Yeah, there's lots of houses. There's lots of houses for that much. But
Yeah, it's great.
there was a 1 bedroom in Miami Beach, right in Miami Beach, in a luxury condo, and it was going for like about 66 grand. And the strata fee was $190 a month.
Well,
Yeah. In Canada, strata is like a mortgage, eh? I noticed like $500.
or more.
Bob Smithers is asking me, Mike, do you think you'll move back to Florida one day with the family? I might move to Florida with my wife to retire, but not the family. Like my kids and stuff could like live their lives and I want them to finish school at least here, get a bit of education, and then make their decision on what they want to do. Right? But there's lots, Gary. When you get off the phone with me, go back to the show and see this part that I'm showing you, which you could buy for about 100 grand. You're going to
Yeah,
freak out.
watching you. Yeah.
And you know what? It's been 26, 30 days on Zillow. It's not like it someone put it up yesterday and it's going to sell tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple stores are closing. That was it. Bench announced that they're closing today.
Yeah,
Other store.
I read that earlier. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read the article. Yeah. A lot of things are closing. Like the last year or two. A lot of things are shutting down, but everything's okay apparently. So
So, Gary, what do you have to tell the people that I'm okay? I have a government job.
I don't know. I think the days for them are numbered too. So it's just a matter of time. I think their days are numbered.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I think their days are numbered. As far as I don't even think having a government job is safe haven anymore.
Well, no, of course. If government job is funded by the private sector, it's not going to fly, Gary. It won't work.
No,
Private sector can't afford the government. When 80% of the private sector is paying for the public sector, how are they going to fund the money for the hospitals and all the other stuff they need to pay off?
Yeah. Sure.
Like, hospital needs new beds or they need new machines. They don't think about that stuff. They don't think of the infrastructure. They think of the people. But they don't think, how are you going to pay the lights? How are you going to pay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I was meaning to ask you something else. What do you think of the inflation apparently stayed at 2.2 or whatever? I don't buy that. I think they're manipulating that number.
Dude, that's a bunch of garbage. Inflation should be at 5-6% right now.
It should be at least more than 2.2. The fact that they kept it the same, it just goes to show you how things really are, that they got to lie to the
2%? Buddy, if inflation was at 2%?
We're over 2% now. So, and they haven't touched rates, so they want to keep it the same. Why? Because our Bank of Canada guy is too much of a coward to raise rates. So, but he's doing. I think we're he's in a situation where we're doing.
Hold on, Gary, you're sounding like you're talking in a cup.
No, I'm here. I'm in the basement. Maybe that's why.
Oh, there's no basement.
Yeah.
All right, let's find some condos in Fort Lauderdale. Nice in Boca Raton. Nice area. 77 grand. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. 900 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida, this is what you want in Florida. 77 grand, $100 strata fee. You know why, Gary? Because you have a pool, tennis courts, all that stuff there. It's all gated, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want. There it is. There's the entrance. There's, that's what you want, Gary. 77 grand. Like now at my age, I'm 41. Now I'm starting to look at that now as a potential for me when I retire in a couple of years, in 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. Then now I'm looking at that. And a lot of people didn't even get into the first housing market yet.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. Those prices still blow me away in the States what they are.
A lot of people in the States say they're so expensive. They have no idea how good they have it.
I have cousins down there who bought down there and they paid like 300 something for it. And then I told them what house costs up here and they like freaking dropped to the floor. They don't understand how prices are so different.
Yeah. And when I tell people, oh, Mike, you see that condo you're looking at for $99,000 in Cocoa Beach, Florida? That $99,000? That's American, Mike. Okay, 130 grand. Okay, 130 grand Canadian. So now what? 130 grand. You still can't buy nothing for 130 grand Canadian.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. It's scary because the Canadian
It's scary and it's getting very dangerous. Like this whole situation is getting very dangerous because even rent's going through the roof. And, if you can't rent and you can't buy, where the hell is people going to live?
Yeah, it's not like we have a lot of cities you could just move to and start up a new life.
That's right.
And then you got 6 months of winter out in the east where you guys get a long winter there. And you got to deal with that crap. And then if you got to move during the winter months, that's got to hurt balls, man.
Yeah, it does. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should all pitch in. Everybody on the show should pitch in $3 grand each and buy a 2-bedroom and we take turns sharing it. We only pay once, and then it's not like a timeshare because that's garbage. You pay for it once, then everybody chips in $10 a month for the stupid maintenance fee, and that's it. And that's all you pay for the rest is $10 a month for the maintenance fee, and that's it. And you have a place to go to 2, 3, 4 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're screwed. I know we're screwed, Gary. Yeah. I'm just trying to.
I know, but it's. I think we are, but eventually this thing's gonna happen. I mean, it's just I don't know when. So. And none of us can predict when it's gonna happen, right? I mean, it is what it is there. But, hopefully, they bring this vacant home tax to Toronto and cause a lot of people to put their houses on the market.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Yeah, because that's being voted for. I think in the City Hall. We'll see what happens with that, but that's hopefully they put that into place because that would be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Gary, I'm gonna let you go. Go get some sleep. It's getting late there, dude.
All right, man. It's good talking to you as always, and you take care.
Yeah, keep us on the pulse. Let us know what's going on. If you find anything, let me know, eh?
I will for sure.
All right, take care, brother.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to find a nice one bedroom down here. Let's go into like maybe south of Fort Lauderdale, south of Hollywood. Let's go up here. Yeah. Oh, right here in South Beach, right? North Beach here, North Miami. You could pick up at like 85. Nice, quiet place. I like these gated communities. Hollandale Beach. Ooh, Hollandale Beach? Wow, that's really nice, Hollandale. It's a gated community. You got the lake, and everybody lives around the lake here. Everyone has their pool. Look, everybody has the sharing pool, the pool tables here. Every place, gated community like that, you pay your $100 a month for your strata. It's really nice. It's really nice. That kind of standard of like that, way of living. Instead of freezing your butt off in Canada. Northeast Miami Gardens. Oh, Miami Gardens is really nice. 99 grand. One bedroom. Oh, it's got pools on the roof. What? 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 See, that's what you want in Miami. Something simple. Paint it up, clean it, have your own place. Nice high rise. Look outside the window. Check it out. That's what you want. 99 grand. Price cut 2,900. That's on 1120. That's off 440. That's way up northeast Miami. But it's still east of 95, which is nice. It's an older building, but at least you're paying what it's worth. Like you're paying, it's got security on the grounds. Oh, yeah, it has security. Okay, so it's got security, too. Okay, that's not bad. 99 grand. We got someone saying, whoa. Red Pill Gary saying, whoa. I don't have the education to move to the U.S. No, you don't have to be a doctor, Red Pill. Red Pill, don't ever think like that. Don't ever think like that. Anthony D says, in those condos, you'll never get any sleep. Guaranteed they're playing loud music all night long, Mike. No, I lived in one of these. I lived in two of these, actually. And everybody, like, my neighbor to the right was a high school teacher. And then the neighbor above me that I would hear if I was to make noise was a florist. You know what I'm saying? So I think those loud music days are over. Everybody's on their phones nowadays. Everyone's got headphones. Supreme Cannon saying Thelma and Louise over the cliff. We're just waiting for the boom. I like Pembroke Pines, but it's too far from the. It's like a mile, 2 miles from the beach. But Pembroke Pines is really nice. Right here, you get a nice place here, 95 grand. Really nice place. Palm trees everywhere. It's a little bit more less secure, but you still have your pool and everything, community pool and stuff like that. I liked a lot. Miami Gardens is a little bit pricier, but if you go down to like Miami Shores, sometimes you could find something really nice there. Like Biscayne Cove is really nice. It's an older, contemporary luxury condo, Biscayne Cove, but it's older. But still, $98,000. It's a decent desired area to be in, so it's not that bad. So we got Toupee in the house. Van life is the way to go. MGTOW. Then we have Sanjay saying, guys, hang in there. Canada housing market will crash. Pasueto scientist says, solid extra. Invest in you and a small business. Go with as cheap a version as possible. If it's a good idea, I will fly. If it bad, you can drop it and change to another business. Supreme Cannon saying, solid extra. I have some ETFs in my RSP. Yes, I think it's far more important what you do with your money than what you do for a living. That's very true. It's not how much you make, it's how much you spend, guys. Toupee, where you parked tonight? Toupee sub, someone please approve my comment. Mike Martin's Toupee is an undisclosed location stealth. Let's check out Mike Martin's Toupee channel. There it is. Mike Martin's toupee. Yeah. Channel was made 2 hours ago. I'm just watching the comments, guys. Just watching you guys talk here. Yeah. Well, who else we got here? Who else could we call? Let's see if Walking Journey found a house. He was finding a house in Texas for 220 grand. But he wants a 5-bedroom, though, for his family. He found 2 of them. 2 5-bedrooms in good areas.
Mike?
Hola, buenas tardes, felicidades. ¿Cómo estás?
Can you see me?
Perhaps.
What's up, Mike?
Nada. Listen, I want to ask you a question. I'm sorry if I woke you up. I know you were looking for a house. Did you find it yet?
Nah, I decided to hold off.
Okay. Because I saw some of the houses you were looking at in Texas. Man, they're like those houses in Canada are like $1.7 million.
I still think it's too expensive, and no, I'm not. I might move, to be honest with you.
Where do you think of going? You gonna buy like a 4 or 5-bedroom home?
I've been thinking of going. I've been looking at the northern part. I've been traveling a lot to lately to Louisiana, and there's a city up here north, about like 2 hours away from here, called Lufkin.
Yeah.
And Nacogdoches. They got houses for like $50,000.
And is the area good? Is that seguro?
I'm doing a little research. Supposedly on the internet it says they have high crime though, so that might.
What's the zip code? Do you know the zip code?
Nah, just look up Nacogdoches, Texas, or Lufkin, Texas. You'll find it on the Zulo. Really nice. I do a lot of loads that way.
Lovekin?
Yeah, Lufkin, Texas.
How do you spell it?
Look up Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I've been there. I've been to Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I'm really considering leaving because the problem is the property taxes are way too high, man.
Dude, listen, can I tell you something, please? Like for a place like this in Toronto, okay, property tax like $7,000 a year, dude.
Well, that's how much it is in Texas, man. It's like really, property taxes are too high.
How much you paying in Texas for all? But you have a lot of land, though.
Nah, cause see, I got a manufactured home, so they don't tax me. They only tax me on the land. That's why I don't want to move. Okay. And last year I paid $780
for property tax.
Yeah, they just taxed me on the land.
$780 is okay. We got Cran Standing sent me a super chat for $4.99. Thank you so much, Crank Standing, for sending me $5. Okay, so I'm here. I'm in Lake Charles. So what's your budget? 200 grand?
No, I don't know you, man. I'm just saying there's areas that I like.
Okay, let's say 140 large to 170 to 200. Let's see what we found here.
Let's say that I decided to put a house on my property. Forget it, man. I'd be paying like $6,000 to $8,000 in property tax. No, thank you.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, let's find a house here in this area. See if we could find something here. Hold on.
Plus, I noticed, man, I've been looking at like the northern part of Louisiana, like the middle northern, like touching the border of Texas. It seems really nice. A lot of nice houses.
I see where you're saying. Yeah, it looks decent down there.
What else? I noticed the people are really nice. Like people are really friendly.
Yeah, property tax on this thing is $1,400 a year.
The problem is, the problem we're having is all these Californians are moving in, and
Oh, I know, that's very dangerous.
those people are just garbage, man. No offense to anyone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking for co-ops. I need houses here. There we go. Houses, houses. Yeah, I
But
got
look,
it. I got it set wrong. Okay, there's a lot of houses here. 169 for bigger homes. 159 with a lot of land. This is in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
you should look at Nacogdoches, Texas, man. I'm telling you.
Nacogdoches, that's north of you, right?
Yeah, follow the 59 corridor, and you'll see it.
Yeah,
Love.
I'll find it here. Hold on. I know where it is. Hold on. Laurel. Lauder. Is it
Follow,
north or south of Lauder?
look, follow North 59 from Houston all the way north, and you'll see it. You'll see Livingston, Lufkin, Nacogdoches. Can't miss it. L- Livingston.
I see Livingston right here.
Keep going north.
Yeah. Is that Conroe? Or what is that? Conroe? Wakefield? Burke?
I live in Conroe right now.
What about Lufkin?
Yeah, you're going the right way. It's a little bit more up north from there. Lufkin too. You can look at Lufkin too.
Lufkin looks good. Let me see. Let me see here for a decent price range. 222. Let's say 222,000. So
No,
let's
I'm telling you, there's houses for 60,000, 30,000.
really. So let's put it. Oh, that's why no houses are coming up. The reason why no houses are coming up is because I'm actually putting too much money in. So let's put it at 60,000. Watch how many come up. Watch this. 60,000.
Just put all prices. That's what I did.
Holy Mac, you put 60 grand? There's like a million houses show up. So this is in Lufkin. There's a lot of big homes there, dude, for you and your family.
But in Lufkin, I read online there's a like 90% crime rate compared to the rest of the country. So I gotta look at that, man. I don't know if there's jobs up there too, because I'm a truck driver. So yeah, I gotta find something local.
Mm-hmm. But 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, property taxes, $1,644 a year.
Not bad.
Oh, here we go. This is in Lufkin, Texas, on Jefferson Street. Beautiful house. It looks like the one from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like a big house.
I can't see because I'm on Skype with you.
No, I know, but watch it later if you want to see. It's got an outdoor patio too, screened patio. The house is older, but you're looking at $179,000. It's $79,000 per month, $179,000, and you're looking at about $700 per year, and that $700 per month. That includes property tax.
Yeah.
Let's find walking journey a house here, guys.
No, I'm not currently trying to buy anything. My plan right now, I'm gonna put some cement on the property. I'm just, I'm working on some home improvement. I'm working a lot of days right now, Mike. I'm working like 6 days straight,
Mm-hmm.
so I could gross at least 1,600 a week. Because I'm planning to put some cement here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of buying a double wide to put it on the property and then rent out the one I'm living in right now. And then eventually move out of here and then rent both of them out.
Nacogdoches is good, dude.
Nah, but they got high crime rate.
Okay, but here's the deal. Crime rates. What do you think is going to happen to the city of Toronto when half the people become homeless? When no one could afford to live in Canada? What do you think is going to happen to the crime rate in Canada?
Man, I already told you what's the problem in Canada, but nobody wants to hear it or address it. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Man, who knows if he could change it?
Yeah, there's lots of places. There's a big Nacogdoches, Texas, 3.8 acres in a good area off a main highway, 65 grand.
Yeah, and there's cheaper than that. Way cheaper than that still.
Oh, I seen one for 22 grand.
But that one looks like a bad area though. Look at the street view.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But still, in Canada, you know how fast they'll eat that up for 66 grand? They'll eat that up and poop it out 3 times and resell it 50 times and bring the property price to $1 million.
Man, I saw a video on the internet where the Canadians cross over into the U.S. to buy the milk. Man, they look like roaches, man. No offense to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm under the impression that Canadians are dumb. No offense to anyone. I know you love your free health. I made a video. Did you talk about my grocery
Yeah, I did.
video?
I did it on Mike in the Night.
I was at work. I didn't see it. If you look at my food prices on my grocery video, because you asked me to make it, I talked about how we don't have free health care, free welfare for everyone. There's welfare, but not at the point like I hear in Canada. That's why everything's affordable. Some lady puts, well, you got to have some kind of safety net and blah, blah, blah. Well, with that mentality, that's why the situation you're all Canadians are. If you don't believe me, look at California.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is free in life. So if you made your bed, you live in it.
Yeah.
I know people don't like to hear the truth, but hey, I don't care if you get angry at me. You're in the situation you're in, not me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to give you a solution. You had a guest on like a couple nights ago that I made a comment that said lower taxes and repeal and get rid of your healthcare system. Oh, that's good. If we lower taxes, that's a political suicide. Dang, what is wrong with the people over there? You're getting a tax break and that's a political suicide?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is wrong with people, man?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You deserve what you got then.
Okay, dude, let's go halves on this. In Palestine, Texas, 79 acres, 218 grand.
I don't have that kind of money, man.
We'll go halves. We'll go halvers on it. And in the middle of it, we'll just build a small town.
I don't know what to tell you, Mike. I don't know, man. Housing is really important. Unfortunately, they don't let us live in the times where you could just pitch a tent. Remember back in the days, people would just pitch a tent or build a little mud house, and you could live there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we live under this colonial system, right, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
You own property, everybody owns property. Anyways, I'm not gonna go there.
Mm-hmm.
You think it would be a better world, Mike, if nobody owned property, everybody could just live wherever they want?
Yeah, I think if people could live wherever they want, but they actually kind of not own it, but they're allowed, like it's their private place where people respect each other's place, that would be okay if everybody respected everyone's boundaries.
Because that's what the Native Americans did. They didn't believe in owning the land. They
the
traveled.
Native Americans, they believed they were the land.
They would settle there for like a season. They got tired of the area. They'll just pick up their stuff and grab all their people and just go somewhere else.
Dios madre, look at this one in Chellac, Grand Prairie, Texas. It's got a pool, dude. Whoa, it's got a gym.
Oh, and somebody was telling me that in Kansas it's still cheaper than it is here in Texas.
Kansas?
Yeah, I know.
Kansas is dirt cheap, man. You go up to Wichita, you go up to Oklahoma, you go up to, man, you could still Memphis. Oh, you're getting tired of living blah, blah, blah. Man, move here. You know what I'm saying? There's so many places, man.
I don't know what to think anymore, Mike. At the end of the day, nothing belongs to any of us, man. They still tax you on it, man. I saw a video in Detroit. There was a old lady that couldn't leave her house because she didn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know she owed $13 in property tax. They let it go for like a couple of months. They kept sending her notices. And the what is it? The judge just foreclosed her property over $1,500 or $100.
Really?
And the lady was 93 years old. You'll find it on the internet if you look for it. I was shocked. They don't care. They'll take your property away, even for $100, $13.
Man, St. Louis is cheap too.
I don't know, but one thing I realize is their jobs. That's the important one. Is their jobs.
Dude, some of these cities have 800,000, 2 million, 3 million people. If there's no jobs, what are 3 million people doing there?
I don't know. Panhandling? No, I'm just kidding. Sell drugs.
Oh, here it is,
Prostitutes.
Buckhead, Atlanta, Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia, in Buckhead.
You see that, guys? All right, hold on, because I'm looking at the camera right there. Number one for a reason. You see that? Number one, right there. Take America's model. You guys might learn something, anyways. We're not perfect either. We have a group of elites. They're trying to bankrupt us through the debt. How can we owe money if we borrow money from ourselves? Honest, isn't that kind of weird? Honestly,
No, it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul back.
I don't want to name the name of the bank because it's forbidden on YouTube, but I don't want Mike have to take down the live stream because of me and my big mouth. But you're not allowed to say it on YouTube. You can look it up on the $1 bill, any American bill. It'll say F something.
Yeah, you can't say certain words now on YouTube. We have to kind of self-censor ourselves. There's a nice one here in Augusta, South Carolina, 210 grand.
You're not even allowed to talk about UFO. Oh, I shouldn't anymore on YouTube. What was the other one? You can't talk about those pointy things they stab in little children and put liquids inside their body.
Yeah.
Can't talk about that anymore. You heard about that, right, Mike? The new policy.
Estás hablando de vacinas, ¿sí?
I don't want to say it, Mike, because it might speak
Dime en
Spanish.
español,
So
está bien.
I don't want to say, you know the needle,
Sí,
the
los
sharp.
vacinas.
You
Vacaciones.
can still understand.
Este es peligroso.
Mike, I'm really disappointed, man. I was looking at, I don't know why YouTube recommends me all these stupid videos. There's this guy that if you can carry everything with one hand, he'll buy it. It's like, they recommend me some. Oh, there's a guy that got 40 million views, Mike. Listen to this. You were right. There's this guy, I can tell because the video was, I'll send it to you. He got 41 million views in one day. One day. I'm not making
Was he
this
pouring
up.
gravy down his pants?
No, he was crushing something with his car was crushing balloons of different flavors of soda.
Oh my god, that's so good content. My favorite is about the one with that lady was spreading peanut butter on her head and she got 8 million views.
What do you think of 41 million? We should have made a video like that.
But then the thing is we're better than that, right? We want to actually make something that's actually, you know, that people would like and actually help somebody. Running over balloons with the car means nothing. It has no value to it.
Each balloon has a label: Coke, Fanta, Sprite.
No manches, está mintiendo.
But I'm gonna send you the video, Mike. I'm serious. I'm gonna send you the video. I couldn't believe it.
Órale. 41 millones.
That's why I'm not gonna upload. I'm not gonna upload anymore, Mike. I already decided. I haven't done a video on it yet. You're like the last kind of video I'm in. I'm just like, I'm done. I got like 10 videos I made about a year and a half ago. I got them on a memory card. I have a couple videos when I was in Oklahoma and all that. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload them.
Is your channel, but your channel's still there.
Yeah, I might just leave it up. That's it, man. I don't know yet. I don't know yet if I'm taking a break or I'm done. It's just wrong what they did to me, man. It's just, I'm not financially feasible. I guess they're still giving you views, Mike, so I guess they like you.
No, they're not giving me, trust me, I'm going down big time. I've been losing 100 subscribers a day, exactly 100.
Yes. It's raining really hard outside.
¿Está lloviendo?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking this year I just want to stay positive, not get angry and upset. It's getting to a point where I'm just not enjoying making YouTube anymore. I'm just not enjoying it. And I remember my live streams were my strong point, and not even that. I don't know. It's just, Mike, it's like a business. It's not getting any better. You know, you don't start a business just to break even or to just pay the rent and pay your cost of your merchandise. No, you at first that happens and it's supposed to grow, and you want to eventually your business to get prosperous, right? Like the guy that made the video 41 million views in one day, popping balloons with his car. I mean, imagine
Yeah,
that, Mike, who were in that situation, 41 million views for one video.
dude, that's what you call in your language basura.
How much AdSense revenue think he made off of that?
Probably like 16 grand.
Can you imagine something like that, Mike? We wouldn't even have to go to work.
Yeah, the problem is, I wish YouTube actually opened up the floodgates. As long as they're not going against the guidelines, and you're actually you're not breaking any laws, YouTube laws. They should open your video and allow it to be equal with everybody else. But they're not doing that.
I don't know, Mike. I'm telling you, they're being the gatekeepers. They're choosing the winners and the losers.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna sit there and settle for less. I'm better than that. And it's gonna get to a point, Mike. Remember I told you this. Remember, viewers, that I said this. But eventually, the government's gonna put a stop to it. I have a good feeling about it, but I'm gonna wait until that happens. Hopefully, things do get better. But I know one day they're gonna put a stop to this, because it's really bad. There's really no freedom of the press in this country, in my honest opinion. There's just really no is. You can't even. I don't know in Canada, but here you can't even go sit somewhere, record yourself without somebody coming up to you while you're recording. It's like, what is it in your business? Oh, you can't record here. Oh, you need my permission. Since when did I consent to be recorded anywhere? There's cameras everywhere. Because I don't know what they do with the video images. What do they do with all these video images they record in the stores, in the street?
Hmm.
Anyway, that's all I got. I don't know what else to say, Mike.
Okay. Está bien, gracias. ¿Qué tú vas a hacer? ¿Te vas a acostar?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. I've been working 6 days. I'm really tired right now. I'm just relaxing.
Mm.
Maybe I was watching Mike Martin's trend in the housing market.
Yep. Yep. It's
You
scary,
got
man.
you got some interesting viewers.
Always. Mike Martin's is the best, man.
Well, I miss him.
I have people visit me sometimes at the store because there's not a lot of YouTubers that could be found. Like if you want to find me, everyone knows where to find me. Like I'm not hiding. You know what I'm saying? YouTube should do that. If people could find you, your videos should be open to the public. They should allow you to be equally with other people. It shouldn't be like, oh, we don't like you and we don't like that you're conservative or you're Catholic, so we're going to hold your videos back because we don't like you. You know?
Unbelievable. There's a war for your mind. There is a war on humanity.
Mm-hmm.
There's a war on the nation state. There's a war on borders. Where is this supposed to lead to? I'm curious to know. But I tell you something, it's going to be a living nightmare if you think it's bad right now. And we got to be the resistance.
Y2K say, calmado, toma una cerveza, güey.
No, I don't drink, man. I'm a truck driver. I don't drink. I don't mess with that.
I understand. No entiende. All right, boss, I'm going to let you go. It's getting late here on my end. I want to spend some time with the wife.
Happy New Year. And enjoy life, guys. There's a war for your mind. If you're watching this, you are the resistance.
Yes.
Later, Mike.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
All right. Hasta la vista, cabrón.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. All right. That's our friend there, The Walking Journey, a two-time world champion, weighing in on his looking for a place to buy in Texas. Now he's looking at different areas. He has a budget. I mean, he could pick up a good piece of land for like 30 grand, 40 grand. Like 18 acres I saw here for 30 grand in the area he wants to live in. And then he could just get a bunch of sombrero amigos to go up there and just throw together a nice house, poured concrete, rebarb house, orange clay roof. Hey, you're set, man. Look at this, $172. Man, let's go back to Florida, man. I was looking at those houses, those really, really affordable, like summer places. I have a feeling a lot of Canadians are just going to own summer places in Florida and live there 6 months of the year. It's so cheaper, so much cheaper to live. All right, let's go back to my price range here. All right. There we go. See, I know the area, so let's go a little bit further south here. Maybe towards Homestead. Here, another one in Boca Raton. Another one in West Palm Beach. 96 grand. 3-bedroom. It's right by the intercoastal too. Right here by the water. You see here where I'm pointing? A little bit of water there. It's not intercoastal to the ocean, but it's got a little bit of a lake. You probably see it from the window here. Wow, it's got a golf course too, man. Your backyard of your house is a golf course, dude. Oh my God. So there's your condo complex right here, and there's your golf course right there. And tennis courts. That's part of your condo, actually, right there. And they're DJing up here with steel drums. Oh, man. Yeah, 96 grand. Oh my God, the strata fees are $103. Oh my God, that's so much money. In Toronto, $103 for strata fee. Here we go. This is the cabana in Miami Beach, Florida. What? This is on Collins Drive? What? This is right on Collins Drive in South Beach. What? 95 grand? That's a luxury condo on Collins Drive. That's like, there's like 2 blocks away from the Lamborghini dealer. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's happening up here, man. I'm tempted to buy something for 6 months of the year. And when I get old enough, the kids could take care of business here. Here it is here. This one's in Hollywood, Florida. I don't mind Hollywood if you're east of 95. This is a beautiful apartment right on the beach. Condo, 87 grand. It's got a price cut of $2,000. 87 grand. There it is. It's on Ocean Drive, of course, because it's east of 95. There it is here. North Ocean Drive. Oh my God, it's strata fees. Oh my God. $160. But the amount of sand you're going to be... The amount of sand, you got a gym, you got everything. Man, your gym membership is cheaper. Your strata fee is cheaper than the gym memberships, and you have a whole gym. But you don't need a gym if you're like this. Look, you have a pool that's connected to your condo. Okay? And then you got your condo here. And that's it. It's 1 bedroom, but I'm talking about for me and just my wife to live in. Look, 87 grand. $2,000 price cut. Your estimated payment, if you do 100% loan to value with 0 down, you're looking at $481 a month. With strata fees and property tax, you're probably looking at $610 a month to cover this place. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this kind of standard of living. Simple. You're by the beach. It's really clean, though. I used to take my scooter and park on these little side streets here. There's, like, little side streets here to the side. You'd park next to the condos and other, like, restaurants and establishments. You park your little scooter. You walk down to the water. You sit by the beach. You bring a towel. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Steve the Plumber's in the... I want to see if Steve the Plumber wants to go halves on this. It's in Hollywood. Hollywood, Florida. It's an older condo, but it's still this Hollywood Beach Resort. 87 grand. You can have a party in there, dude. You can have like a party after the party. You have the party, then you have the party after the party for 87 grand. I don't know, guys. Just kind of throwing this out there. I mean, it's like, I see Steve the plumber in the house there. Let's see if he picks up his phone.
Hello.
Yo, Steve, what's up, bud? What's up, buddy?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What do you think of that condo I was showing there
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good.
in Miami Beach? 87 grand.
Yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, somebody trying to call you?
Yep, it's someone's been trying to call me the whole show, and they don't know I'm live, and they see my Skype on, so they're just banging it away. So we got this one bedroom studio apartment, but this is on Collins Avenue in South Beach.
Right.
100 grand. This is literally 2 blocks away from the Lamborghini dealership. I actually know where that is. That street.
Yeah, I've been there many, many, many times.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell us what's on your mind, buddy. I know you're watching the show. I know you're commenting. I had Gary Medeiros on the show, and he's pretty he's pretty pissed off.
Indeed, he is, Mike. I'm gonna have to get into a better position to talk. I got people's trying to sleep, so let me give you a quick call back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Do you mind?
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye. No, Steve's in a position where he can't speak, so people are asking. Sounds like he's sick. No, he's fine. Yeah, I've been looking at a place like this. I don't know. I might just buy a place like this on my credit card. Like I know these areas. I was here for 5 years. I know where these places are. This was this is northeast 14th Avenue, 67 grand, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's an older place, but here in Boca Raton, this is not bad. It's got the hurricane screen for your window. It's just older, like old carpet, old shag carpet. It's old, but it's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 835 square feet, 79 grand. You're with the strata fees and everything, you're looking at about $290 a month, I know where this is. Lauderhill, Florida. I know this place. I've been here. I actually think I dated a girl that lived here. Honestly, like years ago. Oh, wow, 80 grand. You're looking at about $400 a month. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it's got tennis. I've been here. It's got tennis courts. I know where this place is. I know exactly where this place is. Yeah. That's 80 grand. Man. Red Pill Gary says could rent it out when you're not there and make money if you bought it. Yeah, I'd have to charge at least $400 a month for rent, though, to cover the expenses, right? Yeah, at least $400 for rent I gotta charge. No, it's not hard. Rainier Mola, it's not hard to move to the U.S. when you already have a business in Canada. That's actually the best opportunity because you could apply for an L1 visa. Let's see if the L1 visa still applies. L1 visa. Right here. L1 visa transfers usworkpermit.com. L1 visa transfers L1A management executive. L1B specializes in knowledge and staff. U.S. after working overseas for 1 year, at least 3. L1 visa is basically for employers or if you own a company, basically to move your company to the United States. See? Intercompany transfer, L1 visa, visa comparison advantages, L1 visa benefits. So you could get an L1 visa and move your company, right? What's your favorite ABBA? Everyone's talking about ABBA in the comments. I think Take a Chance on Me. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Sorry, typo. Where's Mike Martin's toupee go? Is he still here? I wonder where Steve is. I don't know if he's coming back. Yeah, there's a lot of places you could... Oh, Sunrise Lakes. This is in Sunrise, Florida. There, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. That's all I'm looking for me and the wife. 79 grand. Nice view. Private pool for the community. There's your tennis courts. I wonder how much something like this would cost in Toronto. $4 million. Yeah. No, I have a company. I have a corporation company, filing returns every year. And if I need to, I could apply for an L1 visa if I have to, and apply for my wife and my mom if I have to. If there's an emergency here in Canada, if I can't get to Portugal or Europe or something. Man, I like this one. 79 grand. Nice on the beach. Party, have a good time. Man, but that's like $400 for your mortgage, man. That's with 0 down. I don't know, guys. I don't know where Steve is, man. Toronto's now less affordable to live than San Francisco. Well, because Toronto's got the same weather like San Francisco. Toronto's like nice 10, 11 months of the year. It's like an opportunity of a lifetime. It's like cold 8, 9, 10 months of the year there. All right, let's go. Let's plug the channel a bit, guys. You guys got to support me on this damn thing. I'm losing my AdSense. So guys, please support the channel. Go up here and push the join button. You can pay $2 a month. Supreme Cannon's on it too. Who else is on it? Just Supreme Cannon. I think a couple of 3 or 4 other people, and that's it, are on it. Guys, join the channel. It doesn't cost much. Also, Patreon's available. Go buy a t-shirt. The Raven mugs are in the house. The Raven mugs are really nice. This Raven mug is $15 Canadian. That's like $10 US. Look at that. Nice Raven mug. Then we got the Raven on a mountain of skulls. I'm going to do a Steve the Plumber one. Here's a morning coffee with Mike mug if you want to pick that one up. Anytime is coffee time with Mike Martins here. And you could get it like in a nice color, like a nice dark green or something like that. You could get a nice dark red. That looks nice. Morning coffee with Mike. If you if you want to get a morning coffee with Mike. I got a Trends in the Housing Market one here. If you want to pick up Trends in the Housing Market, it's got buildings in the back. Steve, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, can you hear me all right?
I hear you perfectly, buddy. All right, so tell me what's on your mind,
buddy. Wake up the whole household. You there?
Yeah, tell me what's on your mind. Go ahead. What's going on, man? They did it. They put a hold on lowering rates, and now what's going on?
I think that's probably temporary. I think he's going to probably cut rates in Q2. The Canadian dollar really, really was affected by that press conference today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one way of looking at it. I honestly think that they're going to cut in Q2. I don't think, as things get worse, I don't think things are getting better by any way, shape, or form. Inflation numbers were basically at 2.2%. year over year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where people have this misconception where Canadians are feeling the pinch, but the Bank of Canada isn't really doing anything. The Bank of Canada actually use gasoline prices or food prices in the equation when factoring in inflation, because they don't, things would be a completely different picture.
Well, we got the Raven in the house saying inflation is probably 10%. I think it's around 7.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I know Evan the McConical can probably comment a little further on where inflation's at. Anybody thinks it's anywhere close to 2.2%, you're either completely drunk, or you have ulterior motives.
Continue.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Yeah, so I mean, at this point, they're holding steady. I think he's probably going to cut rates in Q2, and then that'll be it for him. And then somebody else will go ahead and carry onwards and upwards, or onwards and downwards. But it's amazing how everybody's leaving. First it's he announced the Bank of Canada governor says he's throwing in the towel, not going to seek another term. Then Evan Siddall from CMHC, and there was another one that just happened recently. Oh God, what was it? Who was stepping down and wasn't? Anyways, certainly wasn't Trudeau. But anyhow, in any event, there was another key person within the financial industry that is not seeking another term. But that said, we're pretty much in a recession, Mike. Today kind of solidified that. They don't want to announce it because they probably don't have the data. But the Raven's right, and you're right as well. So, maybe 10% might be a little rich, but definitely 5 to 7% on inflation aspect of things. That's where I peg it at. But yeah, I think the recession is alive and well in Canada, and definitely in other parts of the world.
I got some good news. We got a really good media that's hiding this as good as possible. My mom watches, like CP24. Even though she lives here in Merritt, she's still watching CP24 on CP24 on the internet here. And I'm watching, like, in the morning when she's watching, I'm like, why are you watching this crap for? Oh, housing's doing really good. If they keep rates low, it'll keep more people coming into the market and be affordable for people. How is borrowing $1 million to buy an average house affordable, Steve?
But it's not. It's actually impoverishment, is what it is. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, these members of organized real estate are continuing to pump it up because that's ultimately what our GDP is all about. People stop buying and selling houses. Forget about a recession. We're in a depression. It's good night, Irene.
Isn't it bar the door, Katie? Katie, bar the door.
Whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting time, but it's starting to get a little scary, Mike, because everything's starting to come to fruition real quick, real fast. And people were thinking, the economy's fine, the economy's fine. The economy definitely isn't fine. Anybody that thinks the economy's fine really needs their head examined. It's not. It's definitely receding and will continue to recede well into 2020, throughout 2021, 2022. The next 1 to 3 years is going to be one wild ride. I just don't know to what magnitude we're looking at, but all signs indicate this is definitely going to be worse than the last one and the one before that. We've had a 20 or 21 year bull run, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Australia's had a bull run since 1975 in their housing, and we've had a bull run for the last 11 years here, 12 years in Canada, you would say. We didn't get much in 2017, 2008. So 2007 and 8, it wasn't as bad as America. We kind of held our own, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It could be longer. It could be in a bull market for a bit longer. But who knows? I would say 10 years easy, because it has been pretty much over 10 years now since the last crash. Can you believe we're in 2020, Steve?
No, actually, it just it's. I remember 2008, 2009, very, very well, and it was a bad year for business. I know that I had a lot of write-offs, write-downs and write-offs. People just stopped paying their bills. It was bad. As fast as you were trying to sue people, people were trying to sue you to get their money, and it eventually, if you had enough saved, you could buy yourself out of Dodge, but a lot of people couldn't. A lot of people, just said, it's not worth it. I'm not touching my savings. I'm not injecting capital into my business, because you know what? I can, my small business I can open it back up in 6 months or a year after I'm discharged as going bankrupt, so to speak. That's actually happening right now. There are a lot of small to medium-sized businesses that are closing. The retail sector, if you look at the overall numbers, they're in the tank. It's absolutely horrible. And yet again, today, a major retailer announced that they are shutting every store in Canada.
Yeah, we were looking at that earlier. A couple of big wigs closing down a couple of locations, and I hate when those people are like, I'm okay, I got a government job.
Mm-hmm. Well, all those retail employees that work for Bench, it's Bench, I believe.
Yeah, we covered it earlier. It was Bench is closing all its locations across Canada, and then we had Bad Breath and Beyond.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They're closing a bunch of locations, and then we got, what's the other ones that are closing across North America? It's all kinds closing, man. It's left and right and center. We lost Payless Shoes. We lost Toys R Us. We lost everything, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The Raven actually just commented on something about people not being able to feed themselves. That's alive and well. That's happening right now, and I'm worried about retirement. There's no way I'm going to be able to retire. I should be able to retire in the next 10 years or so. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, plus or minus a couple of years. There's no way I'm retiring in 10 years from now, 8 years from now, 12 years from now, whatever you want to call it. It's not happening. There's just no way. I'm probably going to have to work at least another 15, if not 20 years. And it's scary. I just don't know how I'm going to do it, Mike. There's not too many trades guys that can be in the industry for 35, 40 years and still actually be productive. Your knees go, your back screwed. A number of different things.
Like I said earlier in the show, I could understand houses being $1 million a pop if our life expectancy was like 100, 105 years. If you could live 100, 105, 110 years is the average lifespan, I could see housing being that expensive because you're going to occupy that space for a long time, right? So I see that. But man, we're lucky if we live to 70, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my main thing is, and I've said it before, people don't realize what freedom is until they're mortgage free. And you had mentioned something a couple of times in terms of your possession. The possessions you own end up owning you. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, the sooner or the quicker you get to being mortgage free, the better off you're going to be. And when I say that, you're going to have property taxes, which are going to consume a large portion of your income. And you got other things. You got maintenance and stuff like that on the house, so on and so forth. But this is the whole thing. Everybody's signing up for these big mortgages, Mike, and they don't realize that, by the time they somewhat get anywhere close to paying them off, they're going to end up having to replace windows, roofs, furnaces, air conditioners. They're going to have multiple plumbing repairs within the house. They may have to upgrade the electrical system depending on how things are going. So all these things people don't factor into. And many people that own homes, rightfully so, just should not own homes. They should rent, and that should be that. But they choose to put themselves in this position. That said, I guess the moral of the story is you can't start saving for retirement until you are debt-free. There is no point in saving for retirement when you have a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, socking money away. That is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you save for retirement when you're absolutely, full of debt? Well,
Yeah,
you can't retire if you're full of debt.
Well, because the best thing to do is to pay down your debt so you could deleverage. You could deleverage your debt so you could have more disposable income, right? This way you could save more if you got no debt, right? But if you're creating a debt but you're still saving money, that's a really bad thing because you're playing a blended rate. If you got multiple debts, like let's say a credit card, a car payment, a student loan, all this other crap, and you're not paying that down because you want to keep money and you wanted to make the minimum payments, you're going to end up paying more in your blended rate and revolving debt that you have. It's actually crazy to not pay it down.
Yeah, it's it's not good at all. Not good at all. And a lot of people just they operate on the fact that this is the new norm. And I talked to my buddy tonight, and he's a mortgage broker. And he also does, insurance and stuff like that. I mean, geez, I don't know. He'd probably sell you a watch if he could. But in any event, he's basically saying that this is the new norm. The new norm in the GTA is a $750,000 to $800,000 mortgage. Mortgage, not purchase price of a house, a freaking mortgage.
Steve,
a mortgage, Mike.
Steve, I want to tell you this, and I want to make sure that you hear this from me, okay? And I want McChronicle, I want him to hear this. The McChronicle to hear this. I want the Raven to hear this. I already told this to Gary Medeiros when he was on the phone with me. Let me tell you what's going to happen in Q2 or Q3. You ready for this?
Let her rip.
100% LTV. Don't laugh. Can I tell you why? Because they did it in London, England 3 years ago. They're offering 100% loan to value if you qualify for the mortgage. No money down.
Well, we had that already once before, Mike. That's how we kick-started and we got out of the last, shit show. In 1996, 1997, things started to, pick up. And we started to, get out of the whole recession thing, 89, 90, 91 recession. So ultimately, they went ahead and they basically just they dropped the down payment requirements from, I think at the time was 25%. I could be wrong.
Yeah, they went down to 5%, right?
They went down to 5%.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then there was it went down to 5% and stayed there. And then all of a sudden, I think like 2005, 2006, went to 0% down, or it was somewhere in around there. And then finally,
Yeah, but when the prices went to 0% at that time, houses were still $300,000, $400,000.
Yes.
Well, if they go 0% loan to 100% LTV right now, with a $700,000, $800,000 mortgage, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you're
crazy.
leveraging 100%. I think 100% LTV, loan to value, 100%.
Well, I'd love to. I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, I guess it's possible. I'd love to hear what Evan the McChronicle has to say, because he's got more of a grasp on that than you and I ever will, because he sees it every day from a macro standpoint. Mm-hmm. But I suppose it's possible. That's actually very, very, very alarming. because, quite frankly, we get to zero. You know, 0%. You know, that's pretty crazy. In other words, the bank is lending on the basis that you know, you're going to make your payments, so on and so forth. You know, and house prices aren't going to continue to fall.
Yeah.
Or house prices will continue to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a pretty scary situation.
Mm-hmm. All right, Steve. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah.
I want to go put my kids to bed. I think it's like 12 o'clock there, dude.
Yeah, it's 20 after 12 Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good to be with you, Mike. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, no, thank you for coming on. And
yeah, there's a couple other things coming down the pipe this week. I know tomorrow's Thursday. I'm hoping that they do come to fruition. I've been given some information from a banking standpoint. Either this week or next week, things that there should be quite the announcement coming out. I just don't know the exact particulars of it, so I won't disclose it. But I'm sure there's enough of us that are in communication. We'll all get to it one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, Steve.
Alrighty.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
You too. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye. That is my man, Steve. And yeah, Real German Instincts, dude. We'll do a show on Saturday about this virus. Let's see what happens through the week and how big it gets. I got I don't want to get my channel shut down either if these videos are being taken down. I see them here. I see them here. I see them here. But I don't want to get this video flagged either, right? So we'll talk about this on another show because I will lose the monetization. I will lose everything for this entire show completely. So someone saying it's a pandemic. Yeah, we're gonna do a pandemic show, guys. This Saturday, Mike in the Night pandemic show. I got Buddy. I got Buddy down in. I'm gonna see if I can get him to go to Macau, so he could get off mainland China, go to Portuguese China, so he could call me. He could call me from there, but he can't call me from mainland China. So. Okay, so guys, here it is, guys. Go right here. Join the channel. Go to join the channel, guys. I need your support. They're cutting my monetization to 0. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you to anyone that's gone in and bought something. There's a Raven mug in the house. I think I already sold 2 of them, or 3 of them. Morning Coffee with Mike. I think I sold 1 of those, or 2 of those. I just put it up. T-shirts. I've sold T-shirts and stuff. And if you guys could help me by sending photos of you guys wearing it, because I am selling it. So send me a photo on either. You could message me here on Facebook. Here it is, guys. I'll give you my Facebook here if you guys could add me on Facebook or follow me on Facebook. Here it is. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook, guys, if you can. I'd really appreciate it. So you guys could. I don't have my Skype on all the time, so this way it's easier for you guys to just message me. Look, I got a picture of Ric Flair on my Facebook. So if you guys want, right here, coronavirus. Corona. Oh wow, Corona, like Corona beer spreads. And yeah, we'll do this on Mike in the Night. We'll do a whole coronavirus discussion on what's going on. Let's see how it goes through the week and see if they contain it. If they can't contain it, then we got to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, everybody in the comments. And hopefully we can get the Raven on too on Saturday. And he could tell us if they're pulling the trigger on a mass pandemic to kind of control the population. The Raven would know if they're pulling the trigger on a mass pandemic. He's the only one probably in Manitoba that would know this. So we got Kevin Tavares, 5 cases of coronavirus in Quebec. Okay, Kevin, call the show, man. I know Kevin speaks Portuguese. Liga aqui para pro nosso show. Quer falar com você, Kevin. Quer falar com você. Anyways, McChronicle, follow me. Follow McChronicle on Twitter. Guys, don't forget Solid Extra. He will get him to join the show, so we know. He wants to know what's going on. And we'll get to who else. Supreme Cannon. Who else? Raven. Yeah, we'll get the Raven on there. So, guys, Mike in the Night this Saturday. This coronavirus. I prefer Corona beer. And yeah, I'm gonna go put my kids to bed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything. I appreciate everything you guys have done. Thank you so much. Have a good one.